Modern Ma. Good day, good people. Dunacha on Shaw. Sunday, the 23rd of July, 20 and 23. Put out a little clip yesterday with a bit of audio, and yeah, I seem to I enjoy that method, I suppose, of putting out content as well. You know, it's just a voice, just an audio. Dunacha is that I'm done speaking into my phone, putting the clips together, and that's it. So whoever watched the content, I know it's not exciting content, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope something inside resonated with you, or there was something in there that might have sparked, even if it's just a little spark, just to, I'll keep blowing on the embers, you know. I know lots of people say they are active, but then in all reality, not too much. Days and days go by and weeks go by and not so active. So I'm trying to change that with myself and with my people, other people who resonate that way, and that's ultimately the idea, for people to just take a listen, treat it as a podcast, treat it as a YouTube video, treat it as a bit sheet, whatever you want to treat it as. You can listen, you don't have to look. You can play it as a podcast while you make a cup of tea or make the dinner for the kids or whatever you want to do. So today's clip, well, the first part of this clip anyway, is just trying to clarify the basics for people out there. A mate of mine last night sent me a photo. I think it was Ireland Against Fashion had put up a photo of myself and Emer and Darren and John playing a few tunes in one of our friends' back gardens there a couple of weeks ago, celebrating the enactment of An Bunreacht na hÉireann. It's his birthday, you know, since it was enacted by we the people in 1937. It was funny on that day, while we were doing that, a few of us in a friend's house doing our thing and sending it out with people on the internet. You know, I'm not really on there. I've seen my mate send it to me, but them clowns at Ireland Against Fascism, just literally, I don't know, lefty loons I call them. I wouldn't pay too much attention to them, but if they were tagging us sovereign strawmen, that's what they think we're about. Sovereign strawmen, they think is our message. Well, sovereignty is a big part of our message, and the strawman is a very important thing, so people should learn that. But we're ultimately trying to bring attention to our constitution of our nation, of the Irish ways and Irish laws. So we are not sovereign strawmen. We are not right. I am not right. I am not left. I am not any tag, or I'm not putting any box. I am straightforward and simply an Irish national, and that's it. That's what you can call my movement, or my message. It's the message of the Irish national and the rights of the Irish national, which have been diluted down through the decades and in the civil war politics that we have, and they're still ingrained in the membrane of lots of people. People would rather argue amongst themselves whilst the system chugs ahead. It's a very powerful system, but we are at the age of awakening, the age of information, and I believe the world will never be the same again. It'll never be the same, and we'll evolve. But what we're trying to, and what I'm trying to, the message I'm trying to send out to people is, there is a nation called Éire. The tricolour is its flag. Amhrán na Bhíon is its anthem, the national anthem. I am from this nation. I am from the nation of Éire. I am an Irish national. I'm trying to express that in the best way I can, and express to other people who may not realise that they are Irish nationals. You know, nationals. All people born into this territory are Irish nationals. So that's the common ground, if we can get to that. And some people argue it. Some people don't realise it. Some people condemn it. They condemn our heritage and culture. And there's other agendas at play, other societies, other parties. And it seems to me all those people are promoting an agenda such as their society, organisation, party, or whatever. The message I are trying to spread is the political party system is corrupt to the core. It has got us where we are today. We need to stop the political party system. So we need independent men and women of Éire. But first, we need to find the ones who understand that. And when we get there, then we have a base to walk from. The head of the snake has to go. There are, let's say, in on Bunreacht na Hurden, there are ways, Irish ways and Irish laws. They're not being adhered to, they're being suppressed. And there's people harping back to the 1919 Sovereign Constitution. There's people going on about deregistering. There's people going on about the court's enactment, fraud. All very valid points. But it seems they're trying to disprove or dampen the message of the Irish national. The 1919 Sovereign Dáil Éireann seems to be a movement there with the IRB trying to... there's two IRBs, it's like Father Ted. There's two IRBs if you don't know that. There's Tom Ryan's IRB and there's Billy Maguire's, John Flanagan's IRB. So that in itself is a sight to behold. And civil war politics, folks. Civil war politics. And then you have, the Freedom Party, the National Party, Ireland First, all working out of the blue constitution, the translated into New Irish version, which is not on Bunreacht na Hurden, which is still the full force of law, and that's a fact, so we're trying to get people to the facts. This is not about whether you believe De Valera was, a British agent, or you believe Michael Collins was a British agent. We're trying to remain in facts, People are sidestepping the fact. They're going backwards in time. And they seem to be hitting 37 and discounting it. And all going back to the 1916, the 1919, which were all, a proclamation of a republic. And the formation of a sovereign Dáil Éireann, which was taken out basically by the British Crown. And then in time, with the Anglo-Irish Treaty, Collins as the head of the army under directions from the Crown, destroyed the records, killed Irish men and innocent people, men, women and children were killed. Some horrific crimes up in the Curragh. Lots of young Irish men killed by the Free State. And so everything we've learned, I suppose, in regards to Michael Collins and stuff like that, they have glorified him through the Hollywood films, and most people really believe and idolise Michael Collins. Up until myself included, up until a few years ago, until you realise through your own eyes what actually happened. So the Sovereign Dáil Éireann was taken out and replaced with the Free State, with Collins at the head. Many Irish men and women and children killed. And a new constitution brought in, the Free State Constitution, with its oath to the King. The court enactment, Mr. Pat Clohessy and his friends are doing sterling work there, but we believe that on Bunreacht na Hurden, which actually Bunreacht does not translate into constitution. Bunreacht translate into primary law. So Bunreacht na Hurden, primary law of Éire. So yeah, this is just an audio splurge, just trying to figure out what people are saying as well, and transfer that out into the public ether for people who are listening to my content, podcasts, videos, whatever. Just so you know the different flavours that are out there on the scene at the moment. You have the People's Party. Don't know if they're active in the real world. I know they're the main man there, Gabriel Martin. He throws out letters on Twitter and stuff, and he's doing good work in my eyes. But he harps back to the 1916 proclamation being rights, I suppose, and as such have been diluted over the years. But then he seems to the IRB similar. I know Tom Ryan's IRB recognised on Bunrock na Hurling. I've been told that. I know Billy Maguire's, John Flanagan's. They don't really want to go there. Although I've heard John Flanagan saying he has used it in court himself, so he recognises it in court, I suppose. But they seem to be harping back to the sovereign Dáil, the first Dáil, and they seem to be suggesting that the IRB are the founders of the state, the holders of the state, the guardians of the state, and this people, the nation, and these people are trying to, it seems, with their paperwork and stuff, trying to get, I suppose, control again. So the IRB have their own agendas, so the People's Party. Then that brings us up to 37. And nobody seems to acknowledge, they all acknowledge the 1918 32 county election and the results of that, which led to the formation of the first sovereign Dáil Éireann, because that was the mandate at the time. People voted for it in big numbers. And all these groups all these parties seem to ignore the 1937 referendum of the people to enact our constitution. So where I have a problem with that is people are accepting the 1918 and not accepting the 1937. So you have to accept the will of the people, and it's the will of the people in 37. I know now the new party, the Ireland First, someone has reached out to us to have a chat about on Bunrock. This is a new political party, Derek Bly down in Cork. I never met the man. So they're doing their thing, and we're hoping to help them see, because they don't seem to be recognising on Bunrock just yet. They're only a new political party, let's say, started by, men and women who are trying, I suppose. So we're all learning. So we hope to, and we've brought the attention of this on Bunrock out to the masses. So we believe, well, not out to the masses, but it's rippled out from outside, from just there, a little group of people who understand what we believe to be the law of the land, and we are definitely rippling the message out. So hopefully, I believe if Ireland First could understand 1937 on Bunrock na Hurling, and specifically the Clough Gaelic text, our ancient indigenous text, like the ancient Maori or the ancient Asian writings. This is our ancient text, which has been replaced with the New Irish and translated into the Blue Book, which doesn't match up with on Bunrock. So we believe this is the greatest cover-up of them all. Now I know that the National Party don't think it's worth the paper it's written on. They're led by Justin Barrett, so they seem to pretty much have a dictatorship set up there. Party whip, one man ruling the roost. Freedom Party, Herman Kelly earns his shillings in Europe. Thought we were a bunch of scumbags for bringing it to the doors of the politicians a couple of years ago, and told me myself that. They don't seem to want to recognise it for some reason. The Blue Book. They use the Blue Book. Who else is there? The National Party, the Freedom Party, People's Party, Deregistering Crew. These are all your options. So, is there anybody else? Not in my mind at the moment. I can't think of anything else. So yeah, that was just a splurge. That just came out. So if you took the time to listen, I hope it's giving you some clarity on the different theories in and around the activism world, let's call it. It was the activism. It's branched into different groups. Society of Peace. It's all different groups, all different people doing classes and, you know, trying to break down the straw man for people and stepping out of the commerce world and all that kind of stuff. People charging and making money off this, and, you know, each to their own. People want to part with their money for this knowledge. That's cool. We give a free message. We give the message of Bunreacht. The authority under God, under the Creator, is the people. It's been inverted the last few years and hidden and turned upside down. But sovereignty, inalienable, imprescriptible rights from birth are guaranteed to the individual upon birth into the nation of Ireland, and that's what we're trying to get out to people. Yeah, natural rights, all this stuff. It's all enshrined in that document, in our ancient text. And it seems some people either don't believe it, don't recognise the importance of the text, or they're trying to quell the message. And for the people who are trying to quell the message of the native Irish, the Irish nationals, that's an interesting one. I'll be watching. Right, talk soon. Be good. I think I'll leave this for today. This is today's clip. As I said, it's Sunday the 23rd of July 2023. I'll finish it off and I get it done in one slot. So much love to everybody. Much love to you all. I hope to see some of you in the not too distant future. See some of you on Wednesday at the Leinster Crew talk shop. We'll take it from there. And I'll see some of you when I see us. Much love. Keep spreading the love. Keep spreading the light. Take breaks from the social media. Yeah. Much love. Be good. Power to the people.